What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon.
Peace in the
Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior and visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I give sight to someone blind, floating on the globe in the heliocentric lie. Dilate your pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is sitting in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I won't feel satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. So I looked up at the sky and I asked God why. It's been 21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth I've been at war to attack our undeveloped minds. Indoctrination camps making us dumb, deaf and blind. I'm always thinking solutions, we are running out of time. The dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all the symbols and the signs. When I connect dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your heaven or hell whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, I have to balance out my chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom so you can be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high, cause you are God, there's no need to look to the sky.
I can't on the feet.
H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. H-O-T-C, hold the rudder chakras, hold the rudder chakras. My ideology is just an idea of the shit I run like diarrhea, waking up non-believers. And I'm not talking about Jesus neither. I got my dad and my mother's features. I use my nose to measure evil, the treasure keeper. My mind thoughts measure deeper but higher than Ebenezer. Weapon squeezer, lesson teacher. I've risen from what's left from reefer. You can feel the chakras forming space right between us. I travel veins, and the ending's just beginning. Now we need ventilation just to walk the nation. We facing elimination. I'm looking at this shit sideways. Now we witnessing tidal waves. Mass destruction. Mother Earth going to war against the wrong people. Praying's out of the question, we had our chance to. And everything you read in Revelations is gonna come true. I speak in tongues, come from worlds beyond this atmosphere. Writing hieroglyphics, a descendant, building a pyramid with my brain. Like them Egyptians, the core of my mind enables me to travel back in time. You know the body stopped, but the soul will never die. 2,000 years ago, I was here, but in a different life.
What's up, Christos?
I was looking at all these train stations, man, all over. And this is Kansas City. I mean, I never knew there was this many huge train stations that look like Penn Station. This is Kansas City, Missouri. Oh shit. Hold on. I got all these written down. So I could tell you where they are. I made sure this time I come correct. Alright. So this one is, I think, Kansas City also. This is I think I didn't mark this one. I think this one's Philadelphia. Something like that. I think this might be the Kansas City one. Could have sworn I marked this one, but I didn't. What the f is going on? I know this is Penn Station. And this is the inside of Kansas City station. Because that's the rooftop. All these train stations. Kansas City, Philadelphia, New York City. I got one in Idaho. Oh, that's New York. Oh no, that was Kansas City. So is this. I gotta keep this. I can't really see. It's the indoors of Kansas City. This is the look of Kansas City, right? Isn't that what it says at the bottom? Yeah, it's Union Station in Kansas City. If I'm not, let me just make sure. Yep, Union Station in Kansas City. And this one is the original Madison Square Garden. Interesting. The original Madison Square Garden. Now, I don't know if they labeled the picture wrong, but that's what it said. And look at how big the windows are and the archways, which look like this building. This building is all the way in Sydney, Australia. It's a post office in Sydney, Australia. And it looks like the old Madison Square a little bit. Interesting. And this building, oops, this one. This is the old Wayne building in Detroit, Michigan. And this is, you won't guess what this is. Someone take a guess what this is. Peace, Dom, in the groove, Jen. This is the capital of Connecticut. And this is the inside of somewhere. It says this is the Kansas City train station inside. This building, I have no clue. I didn't like an idiot. I didn't. I think because this is Detroit, Michigan, this building. The capital in Connecticut, to me, looks like no other capital I've seen in the U.S. None. There's no capital that matches the Hartford capital at all. None. And I don't think anyone can find one. And this, I thought, oh no, that's this house. This house is on Pearl and Jewel Street in Hartford. And I'm going to get pictures of it today if it's still there. So I can show people if it changed. I'm going to start making videos on the architecture in Hartford. This building is in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I guess it's an armory. And this building's in East New York. This is an armory in Norwich, Connecticut. And this is another armory in Jersey City, New Jersey. And this, I'm going to get a picture of this too, because this is the old State House in Hartford. I'm going to get today's update picture on this, because what's odd is this is where I think it is. No, that can't be it. Maybe. Huh. Interesting. But this is downtown. It can't be though. Maybe. If this is where I think it is, the building behind it ain't there no more. There's nothing there. And then the other building all the way to the left, that building's still there, but they added on to it. So now it's gonna make sense. Yeah, I think I know where this is. This is so that's what it is, the Memorial Arch. The entrance to the Capitol, I guess. This isn't the Capitol in Hartford, Connecticut. That water isn't there no more. The word is they stopped. They filled that in. That used to connect to the Connecticut River, but they started having flooding issues. So they filled it in, and there's no more. It's now like a playground and a bunch of other shit. Except they left a little piece of it, like a little pond for the ducks. But I want to know what the hell that Memorial Arch is for, because I'm going to do a video on it. I need a better camera to zoom in on it, because right above the arch, all the way around the building, is telling a story of a war. Every time I drive by and look at it, it's like people on horse and carriage fighting a war. I don't know what building this is. I got it written. Hold on. Alright, that's an armory in New York. I mean, these buildings are something else. The architecture is amazing. And they're just everywhere. Everywhere. It don't matter what country. Like, you could go on Google and pick anywhere in the world. Any country, Brazil, anywhere, and put 18, I usually put 1890s, but you can put 1800s. Put architecture for cathedrals, capitals, schools, colleges, post offices. That's what all these buildings turn into, are armories. Some of them turn into old fogey homes, old folks' homes, because my grandfather lived in the old high school in in Connecticut. They turned the old high school into a retirement home, I guess you want to call it, for old people. I mean, the stairs, they still had like the old school stairs, and hard ass stairs. They were made of like granite or some shit. I'm pretty much gonna have open panel probably if anyone even comes up. The last few live streams I did, barely, the max I think was like 6 people. So I don't know if it's because I don't give enough time for YouTube to send the thing out. I don't know if YouTube's not sending it out because I don't give it an hour to go live. Maybe people ain't sharing my live out anymore. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But the last 2 days, I barely had anyone. Either it's YouTube messing with me or people just don't come by. Who knows? In reality, who cares? Right? Like, Chuck, shut the fuck up with that shit. This is gonna be my new house right here. This architecture is just off the hook. Shaped like a rocket ship. That's what it looks like. It's because it is a rocket ship. I forgot where this is. Delaware. It says that's the old Delaware Electric Company building. Now look at this. This is a weapon right here. It looks like it says Ku Klux. They're just missing the Klan part. Ku Klux. You could make out of that word. Yo, that's crazy. Microwave weapons right here. People be like, no, Chuck, that's cable. Yep, it might be. But when those microwaves are shooting out of it, it's a fucking weapon. Yeah, it might just be cable, but when those microwaves go through your body, it's gonna, it's for educational purposes only. It's gonna cause tumors. The rumor is you're gonna get a tumor. I forgot where this building is. Hold on. Let me look. Idaho. I marked it. But no one will guess what's in there. He turned it into a swimming pool inside of here at Boise, Idaho. Here's an older picture of it. Now, we all know what this is. And when I look at that, it reminds me of a magnetron stacked on the magnetron, stacked on the magnetron, stacked like, looks like a wedding cake and a magnetron stacked on top of each other. Maybe that shit's crooked because A, the ground's sinking, or B, if it was a magnetron, it was probably collecting so much energy. Maybe that could have been the weapon that was given off the the what is it called? The liquefaction. Wouldn't you like your house to look like that? Huh? Damn it. I mean, look at the size of the archways on that, and then the windows. Knowing our height, why would you build, like, people can argue and say, because I've thought about it, well, they need bigger windows because they didn't have electricity and the sun needs to come in. That's a good argument. Or they need more room to move. But yeah, I don't know where this is, this building. It's not in the US, I know that much. Oh, it's in Britain. I can see the flag on the roof. It's in Britain. It's in Britain. I got some artwork coming up. Constantine. We came, we saw, we conquered. I'm sure you did. You came, you saw what other people had, and you fucking took it from them. That's why your head is. That's why you got no flesh on your head. They burnt your ass alive. They skinned him with his Air Jesus sandals. Those were Air Jesus's. This cat had on the first pair of open-toe moccasins. Whoever heard of open-toe moccasins? That's hilarious. Damn. Who sliced this guy's head off? You got the two pillars. That guy's having a bad day. Sphara? What's a sphara? Sphera? Sphera? Huh. Sphera 8, 9, 10, and 11. Who would that be? Huh, I like this picture. They took a real picture and somehow, however they did this is brilliant. I like it. That's why I downloaded, well, I screenshotted this because I couldn't download it. But that's a dope picture, yo. That's what happens when you lift the veil. That's what's waiting for you. I got this one picture that's really gonna be plucking religious people's heartstrings. I never seen this. This is in Arabic, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I never seen the Arabic version of Flat Earth. But there it is. Huh. Wow. If you didn't look carefully, you would never notice the dragon down there on the floor with a stick in his mouth. Fetch. Hop along, little doggies. Peace, Hurricane JW. Mesa Melt. Little Wing. 6 was 9. Void. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. This guy in this picture is having a conversation with himself. That's the problem. That picture kind of reminds me of the good and evil within self. The devil and God that lingers within everyone. I'm not evil. I'm a Christian. And I'm all perfect. I use Christian a lot because Muslims don't really bother me at all. They'll actually talk to you with a conversation. Christians are the ones that are antagonizing. Some of them. Catholics too. And Jehovah's Witnesses. God, you ever sit back and think how many different religions there are? Thousands. There's like 188 versions of Christians. There's a couple versions of Muslims or Islam. So I think Muslim and Islam's two different things. Unless Muslim's the person and Islam is the religion. Anyway. There's so many freaking religions, it's ridiculous. This is a crazy picture. You got 6 demons chasing Jesus. He's got one nipple out, and he's riding on a fucking ball. Looks like. And he's definitely riding the rainbow. Oh, that's tough. There's a bunch of naked people gnawing at each other down there. Look at all them. I just noticed that whole mountain thing in the back is people. Holy shit. Talk about a line of people. Is he about to sell some crack or something? Why is the line so long? It's like a crack line in the 80s in fucking uh, Queens. Why is that guy upside down on the table? You got Saturn, Luna, Mercury. There's a guy with the king crown. Would that be Mars? That stupid thing's in my way. Yeah, it's Mars. Why would he have blue on? Mars should have red. These are old generators here. Now, I think this is the 1920s. I mean, technology came into picture so fast, and it's almost like it already existed. They just had to rebuild it. How fast technology rolled out. Well, people sit there and say demons did it or this and that. I think it's stuff they already had. This reminds me of a magnetron in a way. Yeah, I like that picture too, Hurricane JW. I don't know who drew it, but it's a dope picture. These sphere pictures remind me of Final Fantasy X. I'm gonna have to, let me write that down. Yeah, I'll Google that in a minute. I want to see what you're talking about. People go listen to Hurricane JW's music on this channel. He's another one in the community that has a lot of skills on the mic. Final Fantasy X. Plus, he has good content. The sphere grid. Okay. King of Kings. Yeah, I know. People probably left because my sarcastic Jesus jokes, but yeah, I just don't get how, say, people said Jesus is the King of Kings, and I go, no, I'm the King of Kings. I'm blasphemous, and I'm sinning because I consider myself King of Kings. Now, that's no different than you serving a slave driver. Slave driver would be like, how dare you put yourself above me, right? It's no different. Let's get factual here. Serving a deity is you're serving a slave master. It's no different. But it don't matter what color you are, right? People want to use colors or however we want to label with all these labels they give us. Slaves come in all backgrounds because we're all slaves. Manometric flames. These are some things I found on how they were transferring sound and creating energy. And I was looking up magnetrons, different types. And these things came along. Huh. The universal color keyboard for bodybuilding. I'm gonna have to check that out. Another labyrinth. Jesus, why are you white? I thought Jesus had bronze feet and napped hair. What's going on here? Maybe the racist white people didn't want, you know, they even want to accept the fact that the Jesus in the book was actually a so-called black man. That's the only way I could think of the so-called white people changing it. To me, you know, if I was to look at Jesus, if that was even a real guy, it's about the message, not about if they're dark, light, green, fluorescent. You know, it's about the message. Bing! What's going on here? Refraction des ondas sonores. Lentille de soundos. Whatever that said. Whoever drew this did a good job. It's supposed to say tetragrammaton. Instead it says tetragrammaton. Looks like that says Agala. See what the chat says. Devils in the details. Placebo effect. What is that? That is a wind generator. Oh, that's way behind. Is that Paula? Chief 18 Wheels, Anna K. Peace. I think that's Paula, who's disappeared for 180 years. I got to really learn these blueprints. I want to build me one of these free energy things. For sure, for sure. Or you could just get a 1980s car. And I think it's the starter. Or no. Something generates electricity in the car. It's not, is it the starter? Or it's the not the starter, the fuck is that part called? Yeah, don't the starter like create a spark? But the alternator, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, alternator. Let's see what the chat said. No, I know, Paul. I was exaggerating. I must have summoned you because I was saying the other day that you don't peace smoking and G sharp. I was like, Paul, they don't combine no more. I was talking about the people who were here all the time, but like Lucid, you, Paula, and what's her name? She hasn't been here, Bex. How's it going, though, Paula? How's you and your husband doing? I need a cigarette. I need to tarnish my lungs a little more. They're not tarnished enough. You know, if I'm gonna ruin my lungs, I might as well be not do it till I can't breathe, right? I could just get a discount lung at Family Dollar, need be. I don't know what this is, but I just thought it was cool. Now these are some sort of old contraptions. I put what did I put? And these came up. I put free energy devices, and these devices started to come up. And unfortunately, they weren't labeled, so I couldn't put down what they are. But that's an interesting device. It looks like a fucking judge's gavel right there, right? The center part. But it almost looks like the left and right pillars, which would be whatever pillar would be positive would be the energy flowing in, and the negative would be the energy flowing out. Bing. Stratter magnets. Now tell me this don't look like some of the symbols on churches, even though some of them are magnetrons, but yeah, you gotta not let. I know some people don't come by here because they don't get along with certain people, but they're, you know, you can't let it bother you, Paula, you know. And I speak for me too, because sometimes I let things bother me that I should just, I don't know why I let it bother me. It's hard to maintain balance in the mind, especially when you open your eyes and you do all this searching and researching and researching. I've been more probably in a bad mood the more stuff I learn about this corrupt world than before I knew anything. So I try not to get mad at people that don't see things, because hey, they probably might not be able to handle it. Who knows? Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I wasn't there for. I'm talking about like on my channel, Paul. Like, you know, I know sometimes people get to you and stuff. Phil disappeared. And you know what? Come to think of it, Phil sent me a tablet in the mail, and the name on there wasn't Phil. I just noticed that the other day. I kept the address. Either it's a fake address and a fake name, or, but it wasn't Phil, that's for sure. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna look that name up in the prison registry to see if it comes up. Alright, sorry, I had to send out the link to a couple people. To Dean. Note that the gaps between the magnets are not a constant width. Huh. Wow. Are those all magnets? Holy moly. I'm gonna build something. I'm gonna find like an old motor. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting how this is built. As you could see. There we go. These big old tree stumps. I found some more interesting. Now look at this picture. You think this is real? Look at this schnizzle. All these people got cooked alive. Sorry, I had to get coffee. Get some sleep, Paula. Yeah, the petrification spell. That's what I was thinking. No, I wasn't muted because I ran and got coffee in the other room. Yeah, I seen this picture this morning and I was staring at it for a while, and I don't know. It kind of looks like it was made like I don't know. I just can't see faces being that perfect. Maybe it's an interesting picture, man, but it could be. Then this is the other one I found. Is this real? I don't fucking know. Is it looks real. The sun looks like it's hitting the butt, as you can see in the shadow. But I don't know how real it is. There's that one, and then this one. This is real. Imagine that, all those people. Man, imagine that happening to you alive. Like, I would love to like buy an area like this, right? And have me a little village at the top of one of these tree stumps, away from everybody. The only way people would be able to get up there is to climb or a helicopter. Maybe one day soon I'll just take a plane. You can see the ocean in the background, way back there. Or something like this. I had to screenshot this because it was in the video. But I mean, look at that. Man, that's a tree stump for sure. Man. You can see they got roads up there. Look how big them roots are. Yes. Yeah, peace, Paula. I get a good day's sleep. Be nice if I could read some of that. I was looking at this picture earlier, and you could see the 7 lights in the sky. They're actually like flames burning. Now there's this video I seen of this guy. He had a P900 camera. He was on a mountaintop and he zoomed in to this tower that had lights on it. When he zoomed in, it looked just like a star. The way it was dancing around like a star, but it was a regular light on the tower. And it made me think, fuck, is that what the stars are? A bunch of lights? Like, we know they're lights, but I'm talking like a tower light, you know? The firmament could be a spinning generator, and the stars are just lights. It does say in Genesis the lights were made to light up the night sky. It didn't say the way the religious people make it sound so much more than it really could be. I'm gonna find that video to show, because it's just odd how in a lot of these pictures they depict the stars as like lamps or torch. They have a lot of ways to symbolize. And look, they're about to sacrifice a goat. You can see that armed skeleton with wings way at the bottom. It kind of blends in. Now, I don't know. I found a bunch of these pictures. Come on, man. No one even pressed that. What the fuck does that say? Anyone? Well, here goes the neighbors fighting, as usual. Peace, Paula. Fucking neighbors. This is a generator. The generator was used to generate etheric vapor from pulsating pressure and vacuum working on water and air. Wow. It said used to generate etheric vapors. Who was smarter, our new world or the people in the old world that had world fairs where children are probably raised and taught real knowledge and wisdom, not the crap we learned where they got us moonwalking to stupid. And I said moonwalking to stupid because we're going backwards. And if you know what a moonwalk is, you're going backwards. Man, this chick looks familiar, man. Someone lives down the street that look at that ugly ET looking fucking thing. It's fake. It's a doll. If a little alien came up to me looking like a football punt, that malnutritious fuck. Homeboy needs a cheeseburger, son. He's looking a little frail. Imagine that. A little alien came out of a ship looking that frail. Who'd be scared of that? It would be funny to see little aliens fight each other like that. Put some boxing gloves on them. It would be funny just to see a little alien move like Mike Tyson. You know how Mike Tyson does that step away to the side and an uppercut? It'd be funny to see little aliens boxing each other. Train a little alien to fight like Tyson, that'd be hilarious. Don't that look like the girl from Adam's Family? If I could generate AI pictures, I'm telling you, man, boxing aliens. Teach that little alien jujitsu. This is probably AI generated, this picture. I don't know. There's tons of them, but they got giants and all this stuff, but the giant ones are bullshit because I figured out how they were doing it. This picture ain't as cool as I thought it would be. Yeah, little boxing aliens like Mike Tyson. Alright, now, every movie I watch, I shit you not, man. They got, it seems, damn near every movie I even watched last night. I'll get to it in a minute, but this was in the opening of one of the movies I was watching. And it says Central Polis, or the Central Metropolis. Now, why would it be called Central, you know, or it's Metro Center Metropolis? Reminds me of the North Pole. And then, of course, you get your light bearer, or the Statue of Liberty, or whatever. It's going to get more crazy in a minute. All right. So I was watching Power. Who remembers that TV series Power? Um, it had, I think this is what this is from, the movie Power, and that's his house. I couldn't remember I got what movie this was from, but I think it's Power. And of course, you got your checkerboard floor. Then I was watching this movie yesterday, The Painter. Checkerboard floor right in the opening when his father's walking down the aisle. And then you got the movie Code 8, checkerboard floor. And every movie I watch, I'm telling you, I come across a scene with the checkerboard floor, man. Every fucking movie you'll come across it. I'm telling you. You know, very few movies don't have it. Put it that way. Peace, Salama. What do people think about that? Checkerboard floors in movies. You know, Red 40, peace. Yeah. I'm starting to screenshot every movie. Every day I watch at least 2 or 3 movies. And damn, what movies I watched yesterday? I watched The Painter, which is good. Then I watched this movie called Sunrise. Pretty bad movie. Sunrise. I was disappointed in that movie. And then The 13th Floor. I went old school in 1999. And I watched The 13th Floor. And there's checkerboard floor in that one. I have more of them, but I'm not going to sit here and look through these millions of pictures to find them all. But I will. And I'm labeling them so I could show what movie they were. Because I'm convinced that fucking damn near every movie has checkerboard floor in it. Yep. 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 Who's ever seen these? Come on, picture. Who's ever seen these things that roll out? You put them in ink and you roll them, and they're made out of this like stone or something, like a crystal type stone, and they put it in ink and roll it out. As you can see, it's got the Mesopotamian deity there. And I've learned that they got, look, all sorts of these things. All different types of stone. And to be honest, this would have to be made with a machine, a printer of some sort, because there's no way they could carve with that precise. Let me not say there's no way, but for the most part, I found this picture to go with it. Boop.
Some of
There's
it didn't
more of
seem
them.
that precise, bro. But I
Yeah,
know
you're
what you
right.
mean. That was definitely complex. It wasn't simple. So I feel you, bro. And when you look close at some of them, that's super cool
Yeah,
looking with the different shades and dyes
like
of ink
this.
or whatever.
This one, yeah, I get what you're saying. Cause here, the one up on the top there, that little one looks a little
Right. It's not like super symmetrical or uniform necessarily on all of them.
lapis lazuli. That's what they're made of. What's
Oh,
that?
that's dude, that's fire.
Nazajin. Nazajin.
Yeah, I
Huh.
don't understand.
Me
Uh
neither.
it almost looks like elements, but that doesn't, as far as I know, those aren't fucking elements. And then it's like sigils or runes in the middle. I'm not sure what I'm
Yeah.
looking at, bro, other than the lapis blue or whatever that was.
Well, these are things that you stick it in the ink, right? And
Yeah,
you
like a
roll it.
stamp or a press.
Yeah. And it rolls out. I don't know, a story, I guess. But I found this too. And these are a bunch of them, I guess, that have in the drawing. But these things are pretty interesting because I didn't know they existed until I found the picture.
Yeah, I love all the different colors going on there.
I wonder why they use. Damn it! I wonder why they use. Damn, my headphones fell off. I wonder why they use certain like stones. Is that all they had, you know, to pick from, or maybe the crystals somehow work better? Like, I don't know. That would be a one way you can keep records, and for the most part, they don't burn, right? You could hide them, and they'll last for eons, right? Instead of hiding I found what is it called? It's made out of not papaya. The scrolls were made out of what is it? Papaya leaves, or I can't think of the name. But I don't believe people hid scrolls in a fucking desert cave, and thousands of years later they found them. Come on. You would pick that thing up, go to unroll it, and it would crumble into nothing. Unless, even leather. Anyone ever have a baseball glove? Do you see how fast leather would dry out and crack if you don't put stuff over it?
That's a good point.
Even if you use leather scrolls, people said, oh, they use leather and then they put pine tar and this and that over it. And I'm like, yeah, sounds good, but it'll still dry up. Would people come there every 6 months and lather stuff over it? Like, yeah, there's nothing that that'll make me believe they just found a random. Keep wanting to say papaya or something. Yeah, there's no way.
Cuneiform.
Huh?
Cuneiform.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. The scrolls, what they were made out of. But yeah, there's no way paper or leather or what they could have used that'll keep it in good shape for thousands of years. Like, even if the caves were cool and there was no light, it's still dry. And it's even worse if it's in the cave, because moisture will build up. So, their history's falling apart, man. People are realizing what full of shit a lot of this stuff is. Or them picking up stones and being like, oh, this stone's 20 million years old. Or them finding bones in the ground. See, bones also deteriorate. Ask Bro Sanchez brought up in one of his videos, because he was in the military. And he was a military police officer, so he had to learn decomposition of bodies and bones. And he brought that up, and I said, finally, somebody thinking like me, because I would think, you got bones millions and millions of years old from dinosaurs, and they lasted in the ground, and now they're coming out saying, well, 90% of our bones aren't even the real bones. Yeah, because they'll find two bones and then create this whole dinosaur to go with it. So people are figuring out they're full of shit, man, on a lot of things, which is good. Now, I want someone to answer me on how Baphomet and Jesus got the same hand signs. They're in the same gang, man. I'm telling you. Look at him. Look at the Pope throwing up his gang sign. The Catholic Chomos. That's what gang they're in.
Well, I mean, it's like duality within duality as well. To look at it in a more neutral sense, right? Because I feel you, bro, with what you're saying. We can look at it from that angle, and I see the validity and the truth in it, and I agree, especially when we're looking at the rendition here of the Roman royalty. I forgot his name. That looks just like Jesus, right?
Oh, Julius Caesar?
No. I don't remember
I
his
know who
name.
you're talking about, but I can't think of it either.
So it's like the Catholic, evil, like twisted satanic version there. Yeah, they're on the same team.
Tablets.
Or you could also look at it like the Sounds of Bonacci aspect, where it's like, okay, that's duality within duality. Like, it's actually a fractal sequence. If you put them next to each other, let's just say it's like the benevolent and the maleficent, right? Baphomet is maleficent, and then the Christ consciousness being benevolent or preferable. Take it away from the church Catholic shit,
Thank you, Hurricane JW.
Yes,
Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, I knew it was with a D at the end, but you feel what I'm saying, though, Charles? It's like, you ever seen Santos Bonacci on the Killer Priest podcast? It's like the first time I heard this broken down years back about, go within and ascend upward, or go out into the world and go downward. So that's why it's pointing to the heart and pointing upward. Go within and you're going up. That's why Jesus is pointing to his heart and then pointing up. And then you see Santos doing it in that Killer Priest podcast, breaking it down, and he says,
as above, so
go
below.
Down. Yeah, so to go down.
So within, so without.
That's the phrase, being down and out. As you're going into the world, out into the world, it's pulling you down. You feel so?
That's a good one.
I know what you can look at it like they're both on the same team, and they're throwing up that same hand
Yeah, they're
signs, but you could
brothers.
also differentiate them still, and yeah, break down like that duality within duality. They're both
Those are
speaking the
brothers,
truth.
Christos. Satan and Jesus are brothers. They, you know, I look at them like you said. You know what? That's an even better way to look at it, Christos. You're right. They're one and the same, but look at it in duality. You know, I like that
Yeah,
better.
and when check it out, it's like to get even trippier and paradoxical. When you go outward, in a sense, you actually are going inward. You know, so there's all these different angles to it. Nonetheless, we could keep it at the simple dualistic sense, but it's like when you see that duality has duality inside it, that's when you see the fractal fucking wave. It's surfing the fractal wave, bro. Realizing it's explosion and implosion, right? So it's our Taurus field, it's our center, it's our heart. So we are going out and in at the same time. And that's why we can take these different perspectives and view it from both angles. But then those two angles also have two angles within themselves. That's how it becomes that 369 shit. It becomes three pyramids, you know, stacked, making a big pyramid. You know, and so this is when we get the whiteboard out. But I like this picture you got. You
Yeah, I'm
know,
trying to
what you know about
think.
that moon and star, bro? That Moor, you know, the Moors are rocking that shit, right?
Yeah, or a lot of Middle East
Nation of
countries.
Islam.
I have this picture that shows every single country with that star and moon, and there's over 50 of them. I have it. I'm gonna pull it up in a minute. The star and the crescent moon. Um, the 5-pointed star. Wouldn't that be Venus? The morning star? I don't know. I'm gonna pull it up. Now this is another thing they rolled out, I guess. And there you got the Fisher of Men again, the fish bodies. Now these mermen. Does anyone really think there's? Who's seen the video on YouTube of the black guy? He went to an island near Africa. I think it was he said the west side of Africa, so that would be the side near Australia, and wouldn't that be going towards China? Yeah, in the Philippines. So, he said he's seen that this merman. It was a merman, he called it. He said it was like approximately had to be tall, 13 feet. He said it sounded like a missile in the water, however that sounds. And he looked up, and the thing came out the water because the little boy, they're told to not go in the water after dark in the in the island in Africa. And the little boy seen it, and it was him and the little boy were standing looking in the water. They both seen it. The little boy stood there in awe, and the mother they were walking towards where him and the boy were, and the mother said, "Oh, he just exaggerates," but the dude knew what they seen. The little boy was stuck. He couldn't believe what he seen. I wonder why they worship the fish. I mean, I know Jesus, Pisces, um, you know, and then like I could see these people wearing, because the hat is a fish mouth, right? I could see these people catching a big fish and skinning it and using it as that's probably what they used to wear. Instead of these robes, they would wear a fish skin robe, smelling like parched. I'm not even going to say the word. And they're carrying a purse. That's all that is. It's no weapon. It's a purse. They're weird. I'll put that hat on the ground and take a dump in it. Those hats are funny looking, man.
Have I shown you that salvia picture that has the fishmen dancing around like this relic?
So the picture I got, or you have one.
Yeah, I got something I can pull up or send you at some
Wait.
other point that ties into this.
Wait till you see this artwork I got. Oh my god, dude. Supreme. Let me pull up this thing of all the flags. Pretty sure I saved it. I know I did. Yup, I know I did. Because I was shocked of how many countries have that. I thought only a certain country had that flag. I was wrong. Damn, what was the name of that movie? I just found the other picture. Alright, it's coming up. Anyone there? Hello? Probably talking to myself.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I thought it either booted me out or you disappeared.
I'm trying to navigate this dude's website. I'll just find the picture later to send you, but it has to do with like men in fish suits and wearing that same type
There
of
it is.
fish hat that the Catholics are doing there. It has to do with some ancient fish god, right? You know about, you ever heard people talk about that? They're actually paying homage to some ancient fish god, apparently, when they're doing this.
Yeah.
There's these beings that were fishmen that came out of the sea in the old days, apparently. You know, there's just different things I've heard from mythologies or whatnot. Take it how you will. It resonates with me. I've seen it depicted in, again, these games I'm always bringing up that reference that the elder trees and the giants. They also talk about the fish people that came from the sea in like the primordial eras. It's weird, bro. There's something there to that.
This is from the movie Assassin's Club. I just had to get that out of the way, I think. And once again, as you look on the floor, here's your tiles. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have like every movie. I'm telling you. Anyway, here it is, Christos. These right here. Look at all these countries with the crescent moon and the star. What do we got? Croatia,
There you go. Yep.
Laos. I can't really see. That says Laos. I don't know what the next one is. I don't know. I can't really see the names. What's the one that looks like the USA? Mongolia? Yeah. Pakistan. There's a few more over here. Flag of Malaysia. I thought that said Mongolia. Yeah. Mongolia. Now it's Malaysia. Ah, it's a little different. Mongolia got the star and crescent moon. Malaysia got the sun and crescent moon. the flag of the Bosniaks. Look at that. You know, the flag of Azerbaijan, the flag of Algeria, the flag of Mauritania, the flag of Pakistan, the first Saudi state, the flag of Turkey, the flag of Hyderabad, or yeah, Hyderabad, the flag of Cyrenaica, some shit, the flag of Comoros, and the flag of Tunisia. These fucking names. Now, this thing is Magnetron. It's interesting. We'll get to this. Somebody tell me what this is. Oh, wait, I forgot to go to this. Oh yeah, we did look at that one. Wait till I get to this artwork, Christos, right now. But I'll go through it now. Skip this other shit. Alright. Alright. Artwork, here we come.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how this was done. I don't think it was drawn. But I like this one.
Yeah, I like the Merkaba star with the eye in it up there. That's really cool. Higher perspective, no doubt. Oh, I didn't even notice. It's two snakes.
I don't know this fully, but excuse me. I just like the second picture in the center. I guess the top would be heaven, the center would be purgatory, and the bottom would be hell. But maybe not. Because you got Jacob's ladder. Then you got, damn, even in heaven, they got the six-pointed star, which would be Polaris. You got the two trees of life, or the pillars that would be there. And then you got the pillars here. But this, they rolled out the red carpet to your spine. Next, I got better artwork than these. These are just the, minor ones. It's gonna get way better. This ain't even artwork.
Oh, you're good.
But this is boom. I like this picture. Whoever drew this did a good job.
Oh yeah, I love the hand coming out the sky. It's very retro. It's like, was that 70s or 80s, 60s? Or Yeah,
Right.
60s or 70s.
Yep.
Not 80s. Definitely 60s or 70s. Or
Those
maybe
were
even
days
late
I would
50s.
love to live in. Yeah. You could just tell. Like, they did this with like color pencil, but man, what a good job.
Yeah, I like it. I really like that retro look to it, especially you can see with the rainbow and the moon phases.
This guy was Alexandro Jodorowsky. I kind of don't get this one, but hey, I see the pillars. I see a nose, which is blowing out rainbows. I see the wizard peeking over, two hands coming up. What is that behind the wizard? Two boobs? Yeah, those are two boobs, and the two red things are the nipples, kind of separated. Uh, what am I always got boobs on my
Oh,
mind.
yeah, if you look up Kambada LSD album cover, it's kind of similar to
Yeah,
what we're looking at here, multiple images within one.
it's interesting. This is interesting. You got Cyclops. You got the eye of the pyramid, which would be the dollar bill. You got that all-seeing eye. You got an angel with something over its head. And then you got the one eyeball in the clock. And it's on 12 o'clock, right? And you got all
Yeah,
these
this one's
slaves.
good.
It kind of looks like, I don't know what that is at the base of the pyramid. Anyway, I like this picture. Even though they took, you know, you got the Ouroboros snake. I think this is, whoever put this together, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the black and white on the outsides.
They put two babies kissing. Like, what the fuck is going on with that, man? Come on.
True. Hey, I'll be listening in the background from YouTube, Charles, but I gotta go do this delivery.
All
Appreciate the
right.
pictures. I'll be listening and looking. Oh yeah, this one, bro, with that cube, and then the whatchamacallit, um, what's the other name for it other than the tree of life or Sephiroth?
Oh, yeah. That's from the Kabbalah. I'll send it to slowing down, and they booted me out. I haven't got booted out of StreamYard in a long time. When I bought my subscription, they promised me that that shit wouldn't work, happen, that I'd be able to talk and my voice wouldn't. None of that. None of that stuff was fixed when I started paying for StreamYard. It actually got worse. I'm not gonna call them up. What are they gonna do? Yeah, the artwork is really about to come now. Go. Boop. Let's erase this one. Boop. Crikey, mate. These are like, I don't know. I've seen a bunch of these pictures that are interesting. A lot of these Middle East cards or whatever they are got a bunch of jinns on them, which is evil spirits. But no, this is the real artwork we're getting into here. Some of these are from tarot cards, like this one. Nice knockers. This was an odd tarot card, but it reminds me of the Cosmic Egg. It is, but is that He-Man? In the bottom left, that looks like He-Man. You got Ball for the cow. You got the lion, would be Jesus or whatever. You got the Ouroboros in the shape of an 8. Now this is the picture that's going to pluck a lot of Christian strings. But as you could see, there's 12 people burning in the flames. It's the first thing I seen and encountered. And it goes, look at that. It goes a female, 2 females, and a male in the middle. Then it goes 2 males with a female in the middle, and vice versa. But anyway, so that means there's 6 males and 6 females. It's interesting, and I wonder why they did that. This picture is pretty cool. I like how they took real faces. And this also, one hand up, one hand down, kind of reminds me of Baphomet too. There's another picture to add to my 7-headed dragon collection, or the 7-headed beast. They put the sun a little too high. They should have covered his wingity wang wang. Alright, sorry, Hermes. Is that Hermes? With the Caduceus or Mercury? You don't want his little wang was poking out. Alright. I got some more artwork. More artwork. More cosmic egg with wings. I think this card was called the Fawn. Let me look it up just to make sure. From Pharaohs. That was the name of this card. Bonds. This one's called the Hermit. It's got the caduceus, the flower of life. Huh. He's got wheat growing there. 9 pieces of wheat. This card is the sun. Why does it do that? Go back, sunny boy. Here we go. This obviously it says Diablo. It's the devil. Sitting in the mouth of something, a cat. This cat got on corduroy lizard pants. See, this one's got a piece of wheat too. Where are they separating the tares from the wheat so they could break bread? That's my punchline from one of my verses. I want to break bread, but I must separate tares from wheat. Anyway, I don't know what this one was called. I like this one. This is called the 6 discs, which means success. The 6 discs. It says Navigator's Terra deck for this one. This one's called the Queen of Wands. Wait a minute. She got the Aries sign. This guy got 4 eyes. He's got 2 eyes, 1 on his forehead, and then he's got 1 in his head. Look at this Ouroboros. And this guy also represents Aries too. No, we don't. Thank God. Come on. Probably won't put all these out. But I guess I'll do these and then maybe end it if no one comes up. Let's see. Now, this one picture's a little blurry, which sucks. It actually sucks pretty bad because you can't see. Like this one. Whoever drew this did a very good job. I forgot the artist's name, but I will look it up. Where's Mercury? You got Saturn, Mars, Venus, Jupiter. You got no Mercury, but you got Sun and the Moon. I like this picture. I don't know what this means, but It's pretty interesting. That's crazy how the earth is rolled out flat. Oh, they got a Zeppelin. This picture gotta be from the 60s. Huh, I could put this on the top and this picture under it. As above, so below. Boop, boop. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I know why. Ouch. Well, I'll end it here with the artwork. Damn, all these people in the chat thing, no one's talking. Each one has a checkerboard. Yeah, I guarantee every movie people watch has a checkerboard. But I'll give it a few minutes to see if people want to come up. I would share this video, but I had bad. It would be a good video to close out with. But let me see if it's going to give me problems. First, let me see if people come up. I fought many fish humanoids on the Witcher 3 game. Oh, is that a crescent moon or a picture of an eclipse? That's a good point. Huh. Maybe those are eclipses and people just think that maybe that's what they're trying to show is the crescent moon. It's really an eclipse. Alright, no one's coming up. Hold on, everyone. I'm getting this video uploaded. Play it. Shout out to Simple Truth TV. I advise people to check him out. I mean, Chris Mortensen dies after 33 years of deception. I didn't see he put that out. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, now people caught Jam Master J's killers. Yeah, okay. Yep. It's like all of a sudden Biggie and Tupac's killers, all these. Come on. Come on. It's a crock of shit. They're not dead. I don't think so. People can think what they wish. But me, I don't think they're dead. No siree. Biggie was probably watching his hearse drive down the street. Why won't this rewind all the way? Here we go. Okay. Now, let's pull up stream yard. Oh, no. Which one's which? Hello? There we go. Now, seems to have trouble on this lapper topper, flippity flopper. But yeah, I'm gonna play this Simple Truth TV video. Shout out to him. His content is awesome.
Of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 3rd, 2024. I want to talk about what LeBron did yesterday when he reached 40,000 points and the Lakers lost to the Nuggets. Now, this is what we always show here, how these players, they are not what we think they are. They're not these unbelievable players that the media makes him to be, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. These players are all frauds, man. Oh, man. If you guys understand what gematria is and see how it works, you're going to notice how a lot of these headlines are all bullshit. LeBron does have 40,000 points in the NBA, but he didn't earn it. And I'm going to prove that in this video. Every single point that LeBron James has scored in the NBA has been given to him, literally. And, I don't want to get into a debate how they're doing it. They're obviously using technology, but we don't have undeniable evidence of that. But it's pretty obvious if you pay attention to the things that go on every single day in the NBA and in every other sport as well. So these 40,000 points, if you notice the body language of the players when he actually reached the 40,000 point. They kept playing. If you guys saw the game yesterday, the game continued after he scored his 40,000 point. And that's because everybody on the court knows that, it's just another ritual. And that's what the NBA has been doing since its beginning. They have been conducting rituals, and they're using this code of gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words, to fulfill these rituals. So notice the box score yesterday. The Lakers, they lost to the Denver Nuggets, a city that has a lot of history with Kobe Bryant. Of course, the Nuggets picked up their 42nd win of the season when Lakers equals 42 in gematria. The name LeBron James equals 42. The word history equals 42 as well. That's an important number. It's been stamped on black people throughout history in a negative way as well. Before, LeBron lost by 44 points. The biggest loss of his career came against the Indiana Pacers, and he lost by 42 points. This number has been following LeBron James since he was born. Of course, his father, Nate Thurman, wore the number 42 for the Cavaliers. And if you notice, right, he has 40,000 points, right? All he needs is 2,000 more points, 2,000 more points to get to 42,000. And they're saying that he might sign a 3-year contract with the Lakers, another 3 years. So he's 39 right now. So he might retire at the age of 42 with 42,000 points. When the name LeBron James equals 42, the guy who scored 42 points at the Drew League tournament a couple of years ago, something that he doesn't even participate in. And his first game at the Drew League, he has 42 points. But notice the box score, right? The Lakers lost with 114 points. And notice in gematria, these are the 4 base ciphers, the alphabetical order, and the alphabetical order in reverse, and then the 2 ciphers with the numerology rules applied to it. The LeBron James using the alphabetical order where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. All you're doing is just taking the alphabet and you're applying the number where the letter corresponds in its order, right? So A is the first letter, A equals 1. B is the second letter, it equals 2. So LeBron James, when you apply the number to the letter, you add up all the values, it equals 114. The Lakers yesterday lost with 114 points. And when you apply the rules of numerology, LeBron James equals 42. The Nuggets picked up their 42nd win of the season. You see, these games are all scripted, and they're using this code to determine the outcome. So these 40,000 points are, again, they're what they wasn't earned by LeBron James. It was given to him, every single point. And just ask yourself, what are the odds that every time he reaches a milestone, his team just seems to lose every single time. The time he scored 10,000 rebounds, or the time he picked up his 10,000 rebound, the team lost. Actually, I have a list here of all the times he had historical games and his team just happens to lose, right? So again, when he got to 10,000 rebounds, his team lost to the Indiana Pacers. You can look this up. This is all the fact. When he got 10,000 assists, the team lost to the Phoenix Suns. When he got to 30,000 points, his team lost to the Spurs. When he got to 35,000 points, his team lost to the Brooklyn Nets. And remember, on January 25th, 2020, when he surpassed Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list, the Lakers lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. The mockery of that.
I wonder.
The Lakers playing Philly, where Kobe Bryant's from. LeBron surpassed
10,000 rebounds. He lost to Indiana. Who on Indiana would have the most 10,000? I don't know, but I don't know. Okay, I was thinking the Phoenix Suns. I got it mixed up with the Utah Jazz. I know Karl Malone and what's the They got the assists. 30,000 points, San Antonio, David Robinson. I don't know, but it is odd that he loses every time he breaks a record, a fixed record at that. Kind of reminds me when the Red Sox came back and beat the Yankees. What was it? 4-3, some shit like that. I was happy then, but I was blind and ignorant. I didn't realize it was fixed.
Passes Kobe in his hometown in Philly, and then the next day Kobe Bryant ends up dying in a helicopter crash. But the point I'm trying to make is all these historical games that LeBron has had, he just happens to lose. Last year on February 7th, the 38th day of the year, when LeBron was at the 38,000 mark and scored 38 points and then was taken out the game with 38 seconds left in the game. Remember, he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that day on the all-time scoring list, and the Lakers lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder that day. And then again yesterday, when he got to 40,000 points, the Lakers just lost to the Nuggets. So these are all patterns. If you're not able to see through this, it's not because LeBron sucks or because his team is bad. No, these are all rituals. Because then they know that the betting public thinks that because LeBron is gonna surpass this milestone, that he's gonna probably win. Or he's gonna play harder because he's gonna get to 40,000 points. No, this is all bullshit. This is how we are able to benefit off these rigged games. But let's go. Let's continue. So again, Lakers lows with 114 points. Big number with LeBron James. If you pay attention, that number has been following the guy throughout his career as well. 114. And of course, the game was on March 2nd, right? The day you can write out 2-3, like the number he wears on his jersey. And if you think about it, his jersey is 2-3, and Kobe Bryant wore the number 24. Yesterday's game had a lot to do with Kobe Bryant as well, believe it or not. The last time these two teams played was on the day that had the Kobe Bryant statue went up, and the Nuggets that day stayed on 113 all-time losses against the Lakers. And the name Kobe Bryant equals 113. Yesterday, they actually picked up their 79th all-time win against the Lakers. The Nuggets did. Right now, the Lakers are 113-79 versus the Nuggets. They lost the last two games to the Nuggets. The day that the statue went up, and now yesterday when LeBron got to 40,000 points. And those in gematria, the name LeBron Ramon James equals 79, and then Kobe Bryant equals 113. Yesterday was a tribute to both Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. But if you guys noticed, there was 238 points combined in yesterday's game. Of course, Kobe Bryant won on 23/8. Names like Michael Jordan equals 238. There's a lot of photographs of Jordan standing next to Kobe, him wearing the number 23 and Kobe wearing the number 8, like 238. Yeah, so 238 points. And look, the first two quarters, a lot of people was criticizing my pick yesterday because they thought that the Lakers was going to win. I was like, whatever. You guys you want to cash out your bet? Go right ahead. But because the Lakers were up by a couple of points, what was it, a 5-point deficit at halftime? But the Lakers they had 66 points at halftime. And again, LeBron James, yesterday was a big LeBron James ritual. Notice LeBron James equals 66. So you see how they use all the numbers in these ciphers, right? A lot of people criticize that we are just using so many ciphers to get the numbers that we want, but that's not the case. If you know how this stuff works and pay attention to how the ritual is conducted, then you will see how they need all four numbers to perform their rituals. Again, LeBron James is 114, 42. Nuggets picked up their 42nd win of the season. The Lakers lose with 114 points. The Lakers had 66 points at halftime. And keep in mind that Lakers equals 66. The name LeBron by itself also equals 66. But you know what else is interesting? When you write out 40,000, it has that 66 gematria. Could be coincidental, but I doubt it. But notice that yesterday was LeBron. It was 63 days after LeBron James' birthday, or his 64th day of his age. Denver Nuggets equals 64. The word record equals 63. LeBron James born on December 30th. Remember that 42 number that I kept talking about with LeBron James? He was born the day with 42 numerology, right? 12 plus 30 equals 42. But from his December 30th birthday to yesterday's milestone was 63 days. The word record equals 63. This number was big in baseball a couple of years ago when Aaron Judge, who wears the number 99, picked up his 62nd home run of the season. The Yankees fell to 99 and 62 that day. On the day, the number 99, that's the number that Aaron Judge wears on his jersey, picked up his 62nd home run. The Yankees also lost the last game of the season, the game that Aaron Judge didn't play, and picked up their 63rd loss because record equals 63 and 99. So the year that Aaron Judge sets the home run record, when record is 99 and 63, the Yankees finished 99 and 63 in the season. Something that we predicted before, like 5 games before it all developed. So, once you become aware of this knowledge, you're going to be able to make predictions for yourself as well. But like I said, yesterday was 63 days after his birthday. The record equals 63. If you include the end date, it was 64 days. Denver Nuggets equals 64. The team that he couldn't defeat. But this was the clincher here yesterday. This was right in your face. Darvin Ham, the head coach of the Lakers. Notice he fell to 76 and 68 for his career in the regular season. And, of course, this game was played at the Crypto.com arena. And notice in Gematria, using the numerology ciphers, Crypto.com arena, it equals 68 forwards, 76 in reverse. And that is Darvin Ham's record right now, which goes to show you even the head coaches, their career records are all rigged and scripted as well. It's not just the players. Everybody involved is following a script. From the players to the coaches to the owners and even to the referees. It's all a script. You guys ever heard of like in football, for example, they always say like something like they'll bring up a stat like, oh, the Chiefs, they can't win when this referee is refereeing the game. They haven't won. They're 0-6. This is just an example. This is not an actual stat. But they'll bring up stats like, oh, the Chiefs are 0-6 when this referee is in charge of the game, because everything is being tracked and everything is a ritual. So Mr. Darvin Ham is now 68 and 76, like the gematria values of the arena that he plays at. And lastly, think about this coincidence as well. Yesterday was the 62nd year anniversary of the 100-point game by Wilt Chamberlain. Think about the odds of that. LeBron gets to 40,000 points on the day that Wilt Chamberlain, who also used to play for the Lakers, scored 100 points. What are the odds of that? Here we are, a big historical game involving points, something that also happened 62 years ago in the NBA when Wilt Chamberlain scored the most points in a single game. So we have a player who scored the most points in a single game, do it on March 2nd. And then another player scored the most points in NBA history on March 2nd. The odds of that. And of course, it happened in the year 62. And yesterday was the 62nd day of the year. And of course, that happened 62 years ago, the Wilt Chamberlain game. And again, Denver Nuggets equals 62. And a lot of you claim that, I'm not, like, when I post these tickets on my social media, a lot of times they are my tickets. A lot of times they're people from the community's tickets. They send me like, oh, look, I won this much money on the picks that you gave me. The point I'm trying to make is that these tickets, they were made possible because of the knowledge that I provided. These are my picks that I gave to these people. They went out and placed the bet and won money. I'm trying to show you guys that you can make money using gematria if you know how to decode properly and if you know how to bet properly. Some of these tickets are mine, not all of them are mine. A lot of you say, you don't bet $2,000 on the game. Like, you guys don't know what I do. How the hell you know how much money I bet on my games? Man, you guys are so foolish, man. Like, look, I'm gonna show you the tickets that are not mine. This is gonna shock you. Like you see this ticket right here. This is not my ticket. That's a ticket from somebody in the community who took my advice. I gave him 2 picks. He went on and paid $500 and won. The tickets that you guys think are mine are the ones that are not mine. That's the funny part about all of it. A lot of people say, "Well, if it's yours, prove it. Show a screenshot." I did this already on my Instagram, and I'll do it right here now. Right. So look, this is my FanDuel. This is not the Hard Rock account that I have. Whenever I'm in New Jersey, I use my Hard Rock app. You don't have to be in Florida to use that app. A lot of you just talk bullshit out your ass. But look, you go. This is my FanDuel account. Now look. Let me zoom in so the cocksuckers in the community can see it for themselves. Yesterday, I put $210 just on FanDuel on the Denver Nuggets to win because I knew the ritual was so obvious, right? The day before that, we had the Loyola Chicago Ramblers to defeat the Dayton Flyers, and I put $1,500 on that game. A lot of you, oh, you don't bet $1,500. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what I do. God damn. These people are fucking haters and pathetic. But good. You see this ticket right here for $201? This is not my ticket. A lot of these tickets ain't mine. Like this ticket right here, there's a lot of some of them are, but not all of them are mine. But a lot of you like, oh, you look, this ticket for $100, this is not my ticket either. But sadly, I know this is gonna disappoint a lot of you. A lot of these tickets are mine. Like this ticket, unfortunately, I know it's gonna make you guys upset. It's mine. Okay? Mine. Sorry, haters. He only bets $50. What the fuck? But going back to the point of this video. LeBron James, the biggest fraud in the NBA, right? Well, actually, they're all frauds, but the current biggest fraud in the NBA. Everybody praising this guy like he's the GOAT. He's no GOAT. Michael Jordan is no GOAT. Kobe Bryant was no GOAT. Will Chamberlain was no GOAT. None of these people's accomplishments were earned. It's all a big fucking. Oh my god! I hate this shit because I actually play sports and I love competing. And I'm like, damn, these people who I used to look at like motivation are all big frauds. When I was growing up, I used to work so hard on my free throws, work on my left hand, thinking that, one day I might, get good enough and play in the NBA because, I worked on my jump shot so hard, spend 5-6 hours in the gym. And in reality, my odds of making the NBA were at 0. And that's a lot. And that goes for a lot of people. No matter how, there's so many kids that look up to LeBron James and for varsity, right? And I made the team the first cut and holding up these banners with 40,000 points. Boy, was Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 3rd, 2024. So the news today is that the legendary reporter Chris Mortensen passed away at the age of 72. They're saying that he died from throat cancer. And, I looked at this really quickly and I found some things that stood out to me right away. So look at this. So the New York Post, they released this article on September 5th, 2023. This was last year, right before the start of the NFL season. And the article reads, the headline says that Chris Mortensen retiring from ESPN after a 3-decade tenure. Of course, it was a little bit over 3 decades, right? He had a 33-year career, and then he's dead on 3-3. But this article came out on September 5th that he's retiring from ESPN. And if you just measure from that date to the news today of his death on March 3rd, 2024, I want you to notice that from the retirement date to his death today is 180 days. And in the language of gematria, the name Chris Mortensen, it equates to 180. And notice it also equals 72, like how they reported today that he's dead at the age of 72. And just notice all these words that equal 72. They're saying that he's dead from throat cancer. Notice the 54 and 72. Jesuit order 5472. And of course, he has that November 7th birthday. Let me just show you guys his date of birth on the screen so you guys can see it. He was born November 7th, 1951. And he's dead on his 118th day of his age. And in the language of gematria, the word cancer, it equates to 118. And keep in mind that Sunday is also 33. He's dead on 3-3 after spending 33 years as a NFL reporter. This is what you call murder by numbers. After spending 33 years lying to the masses about the credibility of sports, this is what happened to him at the age of 72 on March 3rd. His life was taken away. So all that lying he did during his NFL career probably gave him throat cancer. I'm starting not to feel too bad about these scumbags who passed away after selling their soul to the Illuminati. It's like I almost feel like they deserve it. This guy, when he went on TV for 33 years, lying about the NFL, making it seem like the NFL is legitimate when it's not. Not one day during this man's 33 career did he ever come out and say, you know what, the NFL is scripted and rigged. Please don't watch it. Don't support it. So should we feel bad for Mr. Chris Mortensen? Absolutely not. I really think that's why they do this to these people, right? They don't deserve life. They deserve to be burned in hell. All right? So I'll leave it there. There's probably a lot more to this. Like I said, I just looked at it real quick. But the things that I noticed stood out to me right away. He's dead 180 days after his retirement at the age of 72. Chris Mortensen, 180, using the alphabetical order, 72 when you apply the rules of numerology. Dead on his 118th day of his age from cancer. Do we really need to see more? After spending 33 years as a news reporter, he's dead on 3-3. Infamous number in the Illuminati.
Oops, that was muted. That was interesting. I didn't even know who that guy was, but I had to look it up. What's up, Gabriel? Mind's Eye, Candy. But I guess I'll end it here. Unless somebody wants to come up. I'll give it a few minutes to see. I'll do this, I guess. All right. How the hell? All right. Okay, that's that. Ah, shit. 13's a good number. What time is it? 1 o'clock. Huh. 13. Let me see. This is what I wanted to show you on a movie I was watching. It was called, it's a real crazy name. It's spelled A-N-O-N, Anon or something, Anon. And this is one of the scenes of the firmament. In the movie, it's like a digital age where when people are walking around, everyone's name comes up, and it could, like, all your information will come up. No one's name is hidden in this movie, and this is what the firmament looked like. Check this shit out. I had to screen record. That's very interesting. How the firmament was all digital and shit. Now, it makes me think about our firmament. Maybe it's all a hologram in digital. Bet you no one thought about that. Do, 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 do. Ah, shit. I had this other funny video, but I'm not gonna play it. It might be too graphic for most. Maybe I'll play it anyway. Zod, the movie, his name Anan. Is how the movie's spelled. I'll make sure that's correct. Hold on, let me check it now. Then I'll play that video. So play that shit, Chuck. Alright. The men are gonna love it. I had to watch it twice to figure out what was going on. Because I didn't see it at first. But yeah. Let me make sure that's the name of the movie. Huh. Damn, did I misquote the movie? The name? Maybe I did. Maybe it's not named that. Oh, it is. Yup, Anan. So if y'all want to watch the movie, that's how it's spelled. And it came out this year. So unless you got a torrent file downloader, I don't think you'll be able to watch it early unless you pay for it. But alright, here's the movie. This clip.
Agora a festa vai começar. O nosso ritmo é aqui, ó.
Yo, the first time I seen that, bro, I was like, am I seeing this correctly? Like, I thought I was bugging and I had to watch it again. That chick's creative, man. Hey, I guess she that's why you know, hey, she turned them bad boys into puppets, right? She turned them into full entertainment. It was creative and funny at the same time, though. Candy said, what the fuck? Yeah, I've been trying to watch, like, the movie The Painter. Man, that's another good movie to watch. The Painter. It's about how, you know what's crazy? The last couple movies I watched from this year had to do with the trafficking of children in these movies. It's crazy. And The Painter, they were taking, they took the painter's daughter and told him his daughter died because his wife got shot in the stomach. He's a CIA agent. And I'm only gonna say this part. And they told both of them the daughter died. And then when his wife tried to reveal that these children are being taken and used, they they were using MK Ultra and all this stuff on the children in the movie. And they were taking the children eyes out and putting cyborg eyes and giving them hearing and all this crazy shit, man. And yeah, his daughter ended up being one of them. Anyway, you gotta watch it. The Painter. Let's see. Parallel is a good movie. Beekeeper, Red Light Hand, all came out this year. Code 8, 1 and 2 are good. The Cult Killer. That is the movie Cult Killer is a good one. Fear the Invisible Man that came out this year, it was alright. The Bricklayer is a good movie. Land of Bad is a good movie. Transfusion, The Locksmith, like I could go on. The Engineer, Hypnotic, 57 Seconds. I've been watching all these movies because I look at movies differently now. Yeah. Like, I even watch movies that I try not to judge the cover, because I've watched movies where the cover looked cheesy and it was a good movie. But the movie Sunrise was disappointing. The movie Parallel, like the movie Sunrise, was a cheap B movie. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. It wasn't that cheesy. It's about a guy at the end. He ends up dying of brain cancer, but you would never know this through the whole movie in the beginning. And the movie Parallel that came out this year, it started off bad, and I was like, damn, this movie's gonna suck. But let me tell you, it gets better quick. And the movie Parallel was pretty cool, about parallel universes, but that's not the first movie I've seen called Parallel. There's actually a few parallel movies. Because this movie Parallel I watched, they went in a building and they were going to parallel universes. There is infinite amounts of Earths like this, but each Earth is a little something different. And they would go in this building and it would take them to parallel Earths. Oh, I'll drop the link. I gotta get in the description for people. Whenever I share a video, I'll put the channel's link in the description. And I only share people's channels that I like ultimately, you know, watch. I'm gonna start sharing people's music in the community. That's what I forgot to do, was share damn, I was gonna share Hurricane JW's song, man. I like that track he made. I'm gonna start sharing music and people's videos. Simple Truth TV is a good channel, and he's also good with the gambling part too. I think I'm going to invest in a couple games myself. I have to subscribe to his channel or his Patreon because I want to make some money. You seen the money he was making, but I don't have money like that. I was thinking maybe I could turn 50 bucks. Yeah, I dropped the link right here, Candy. I think I could turn 50 bucks into like 100. I'm good. Or 150. He was turning what? He bet 7 grand and his payout was 16 grand. Like, dude, I need to get in on that. A few times I almost went back to hustling again because at the end of the month I struggle. And I'm tired of, you can't depend on no one in life but yourself. And depending on YouTube to pay out and get my bills paid, it's impossible. That ain't gonna work. And to depend on people to donate is not a good thing either. And I'm not downing anyone. Everyone has bills to pay. That guy Bill is at everyone's house every month. Nobody knows Bill, but he sure collects your fucking money, that's for sure. That guy Bill's a rich motherfucker. And I understand people are struggling too. I'm not the only one. But maybe one of these rich motherfuckers in YouTube that makes millions of dollars could donate Chuck a couple hundred. It's crazy. Some of these channels that you could tell they make good money in YouTube unless they're fronting. And there's nothing to really elevate the people in their channel. I used to make content and then I started getting my shit taken down and getting struck like fucking I was playing baseball. And I said, man, that kind of is what made me lose enthusiasm. And then fucking what haven't we talked about, right? This channel covers everything. And once I started going live, like, my channel gets what? If I'm lucky, I'll get 20-something people in here. If I'm lucky. My channel in the last week hasn't been getting no views. Definitely under 80 views. When I was getting at least 180 by the time I got off the live stream. That's 4 to 6 hours. If YouTube would stop hating on me and let my channel grow, that stupid monkey video I put to be funny with the MOP song Annie Up, when the monkey was chopping the dude with the knife, 11,000 views in a couple days. I put a video up of anything else, I'll get 20 views. Like, people say it's the algorithm, I'm not buying it. It's YouTube. YouTube is the algorithm. YouTube people that run it, they're the algorithm. They'll let your shit grow or say hell motherfucking no. It's one of the two. Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. I still don't do it for the money, but that's what everyone says in the beginning. I don't do it for the money. And I still don't, because there is no money in this. There's no money in YouTube. Unless you want to become a fucking robot and do what you're told. And they'll shape and mold you. Now, not only is there conveyor belt MCs or rappers, now there's conveyor belt YouTubers, conveyor belt sports players. Originality is extinct. People are going to become all cloned. They're going to create a character and millions of clones off of it, like they've been doing. This world is becoming sad and depressing even more. When the point system kicks in, because no one's going to do nothing about anything. There's going to be no stand down. There's going to be no one standing up to the government. What you see is always going to be people are just going to bend over and take it in the ass. And it's going to be a point system with digital money. And if you smoke a cigarette in your house, like in China, you'll get points taken off you. I was reading what you said, Candy. It fucked me up. Yeah, the only way to make money on YouTube is to make mindless content. You're right. And I'm not about making the money. I've never been about that. But donations here and there, it helps. That's for sure. I never claimed to be rich on here, and I ain't gonna start fronting like I'm rich either. You know, people front with all this jewelry and you know, they try to make the book of the cover look cool, but it's within is what I care about. I don't care if you got gold chains, platinum chains, diamonds, a fucking $20 million car. I don't care about none of that shit. Behind all these mansions and Gucci and clothes and jewelry is a miserable man behind all that, or a woman. They got to buy material things to keep them happy, but it's just miserable hiding behind it in reality. It would be nice to see people come together for a common cause for once and really take back the world, because it's ours, ain't it? Sometimes I get stoned and I think, we're fucking suckers, man. We put up with this shit. I feel like a sucker at least. But what can one man do by himself? I'm not going to show up to a gunfight with a fucking toothbrush. Huh. Show up to a gunfight with a toothbrush with a melted razor in it. You're not in prison anymore, Chuck. That's a good thing, Candy. Embrace those times. I should have had children, but what always stuck with me, and the girl I was with at the time wanted children, and I worked at a shitty job and was staying place to place with friends. I wasn't stable, and I never wanted my child to end up like me with no pops. So that always stuck with me. If I'm gonna have a child, I got to be able to support my child. I'm not gonna be create welfare babies, because that's another thing. My mom is on welfare. I hated food stamps. I hated being on welfare, broke and poor. I despised that shit. So I told myself I would never be on welfare yet. That was bullshit, because I ended up getting food stamps when I got out of prison. But Section 8 and all that shit's a setup. Yeah, it's good. They help you out and it gets you a home. It's cheap. But I'll tell you one thing, you win the lotto, you will be paying them back. You get a job, you will be paying them back. And one more thing before I go. This guy spoke out in Chicago, and he was saying, we're an American. We're not African American, this and that. And then he started going into, we're American. And he was talking to the mayor of Chicago. He said, you guys want to give illegal aliens or illegal people, they're putting them up in hotels, 5-star hotels. They're giving them clothes. It's coming out of our tax money. They're giving them housing, food, money, all this shit. But he was like, well, what about the homeless people in Chicago that worked and paid taxes their whole life? What about them? Why aren't you guys helping them? Americans, right? And the guy said, you know, you don't want, you want to give our tax money to illegal aliens and this and that. He said, you'll see. Um, he said, when it comes election time, you guys are going to see what happens when you deprive people, you know, of help. And that's going to be awesome. If Chicago does it, we need New York to do it, Hartford, Connecticut to do it, Kansas City to do it, Cleveland, all on the same day. People grow some fucking balls. When Black Lives Matter had their situation, everyone came together for that. When the stupid news put a white man killed a black man today, you know, and you know, where's Black Lives Matter when the youth are shooting each other down? They're nowhere to be found for that. And then they robbed how many people of their money? Fuck that. I got to get me a good lawyer that I could get a hold of 24 hours a day and a good bondsman. And I think I'm going to start going out there and, well, they ain't free people. None of us are free. Freedom in this country is an illusion. The day you could go into a state without paying a toll or showing your ID or carrying a fucking social security card or travel to another country without a passport, then you're free. But until then, none of us are free. You know, the Jewish people say, oh, we had tattooed numbers on us, and we still have those numbers. We just willingly carry them in our fucking pocket. That's the sad part. They don't need to tattoo it on us no more. We'll carry that number in our pocket. Yeah, I know, Chief 18 Wheels. That shit. And then, you know, all these rich white, so-called white youth or whatever were wearing the Black Lives Matter shirts. And back then I was like, that looks stupid, man. Since when does people need to wear a shirt saying somebody matters? That's automatic. They're strutting around with their fucking shirt on, all these white people looking stupid. But that whole thing was a setup, man. And in a way, it's kind of good it turned out that way, so people can see the how do I want to put it? People can see the corruption. I'm just hoping, you know, I speak to people in organizations. I'm in no organization at all, but I know people in certain places. And even they tell me, Chuck, to get them to come together and tie flags for a common cause will probably never happen. I'm on the outside looking in. And I get it, you know. I think the police I remember growing up, I heard about the Crips and seeing how big they were and what they were about. And I was intrigued by it. And then I started to learn that not all Crips are one. And I was confused. I'm like, what do you mean? Isn't everyone under the same flag? I think a cop killed a Crip and wore colors. And that's how a lot of this stuff starts. I mean, at some point, can't they look past? Can't people just, at some point, like in Chicago, there's some people on pushing the peace, and right off the bat, people should know what I'm talking about. I don't know the guy, and I don't have problems with him. I'm not going to say his name, but it blew my mind when I heard him say on a video I was watching. He said, the youth needs to turn their guns into the police. My eyes lit up. I said, what? No. Like when I see police going into neighborhoods and giving the children toys and shit and all that, it's so phony, man. Because they truly don't care. They're doing that to get information. They're doing that to teach the children that the cops aren't the bad people when they are. It's an illusion. Because in reality, it's just a job to these fucking cops. They don't give a fuck about no community. They don't even live in the communities. They get to go home to their nice house. And, people need to realize that these police departments, a lot of them, and the chiefs involved, they sell the drugs. Even in Connecticut, I analyze certain areas and I'd be like, how are these people out here in cameras, plain view, just doing their thing? I ain't gonna name the city or nothing, cause you know, but and I was like, damn, I noticed the cameras and I'm like, there's only one way they're out here doing that in front of these city cameras. It's because the police are involved. They play both ends of both sides of the fence, these cops. They're the biggest drug dealers, the police. And I think the police are also involved in the children trafficking. Allegedly. Some of them are. Because they already been caught. It's information you can find in Google. It's crazy. Hopefully one day, Chief 18 Wheels, people can come together, man. And these organizations, because I left in the chat, I said, what if one day the country just crashes and shit hits the fan? What are gangs gonna do then? Because say the government decides to come in, right? I said, what if one day a Crip and the Blood that were enemies, just like in prison, the people that are enemies in the street in the prison have no choice but to fight together. So what if one day everything hits the fan and the people that was your enemy up the street, now you got to fight side by side? What are they gonna do then? Got to start planning that shit out now. Start tying these flags together. Start really truly caring about your fucking neighborhoods. But what does Chuck know, right? I'm just a fucking dookie white boy. I know more about organizations than most of these youths. I watched a video the other day of these two white kids, so-called white kids, and they were like, "What up, cuz?" And they were throwing up these signs. Oh my god. It irked me to see them dropping the N-word. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, because I could tell that these so-called white boys hang around so-called black people and stuff. You could tell, but I started thinking, did I look like that when I was younger? Even though I was hanging out with a bunch of, people, but they looked crazy. They were throwing up the Crip sign and shit. Two little white kids. They're about 11. Yeah, CPS, it's Children Protective Services, right? In Connecticut, they called it DCF, Department of Children's Services. And I came up with a new one. I'm gonna make a shirt, the DCF, and it's gonna say equals destroying children's future. That's what DCF. It was Department of Children's Family Service. Yeah, DCF. Oh man, somebody got me real good in the comments, trolling the fuck out of me hard. They were like about my Cash App, and they were like, "Did you misspell your Cash App? Because I wanted to Cash App you some money." It got me good, man, because it never happened. Trolled me hard on that one, bastards. Man, I got so many pictures in my phone, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I forgot to fucking show these. Thank God I looked in here, man. Alright, Candy, have a good day, man. It'll be a smooth day, it'll go by quick. For those that don't know, this is a magnetron, thanks to Divergent, you could see in the corner. Yeah, this. I was watching some videos. Magnesia. This term, which is occasionally used by Paracelsus in its alchemical, as distinct from its chemical sense, has received many explanations from the adepts. It is the matter of the stone, which the philosophers sometimes called their red and sometimes their white magnesia. In the first preparation, the chaos is blood red, because the central sulfur is stirred up and discovered by the philosophical fire. In the second, it is exceedingly white and transparent like the heavens. It is something like common quicksilver, but of such a celestial and transcendent brightness that nothing on earth can be compared to it. It is a child of the elements, a pure virgin, from whom nothing has been generated as yet. When she breeds, it is by the fire of nature, which is her husband. She is neither animal, vegetable, nor mineral, nor is she an extraction from these. She is pre-existent to them all, and is their mother. She is a pure, simple substance, yielding to nothing but love, because generation is her aim, and that is never accomplished by violence. She produces from the heart of thick, heavy, snow-white water, which is the lac virgins, or virgin's milk, and afterwards blood from her heart. Lastly, she presents a secret crystal. She is 1 and 3, but at the same time she is 4 and 5. She is the Catholic magnesia, the sperm of the world, out of which all natural things are generated. Her body is in a sense incorruptible. The common elements will not destroy it, neither does she mix with them essentially. Outwardly, she resembles a stone, and yet she is no stone. The philosophers call her their white gum, water of their sea, water of life, most pure and blessed water. She is a thick, permanent, saltish water, which does not wet the hand, a dry water, vicious and slimy, and generated from the saline fatness of the earth. Fire cannot destroy her, for she is herself fire, having within her a portion of the universal fire of nature, and a secret celestial spirit, animated and quickened by God. She is a middle nature between thick and thin, not altogether earthly, not wholly igneous, but a mean aerial substance to be found everywhere and at all seasons. This was in some video, and the guy was explaining all this. The alchemist recognizes 5 underlining. Oh shit! What does that say? Hold on. Alright. The alchemist recognizes 5 underlying phases of manifestation, or 5 classes of expression for the one thing. The first of these is the quintessence, or fifth essence, so named because it is a fifth thing, extracted in the alchemical operation from the 4 grosser elements. Yet Hermetic writers are agreed that this quintessence is really the root or source of the 4 elements: fire, water, air, and earth. Their teachings exactly parallel that of the yogis, who call the 5 classes of expression the 5 tattvas. These are Akasha, quintessence; Tejas, or Agni, which is fire; Apis, which is water; Serapis, Apis, anyway; Vayu, or Vayu is air; Prithivi, or Prithivi, earth. Furthermore, the yogi philosophy definitely states that the 5 tattvas are the subtle principles of sensation, that each tattva has its own peculiar property, and that there is a cyclic ebb and flow of the tattvas in regular sequence through all things and creatures. Huh. That shit was interesting. This is the 8-pointed star. 7 rayed star plus 1. The connection to it make the 8. 8-pointed star, called the star of Asaru, Asar, Asar, Huru, Asariel, Israel, Melchizedek, whatever. Melchizedek, Malachi, Zodak, Hebrew, Malachi Sadiq, Arabic, the angel of justice, and reigned over the kingdom of Salam, or Salem, in charge of the high priest of Zodak, justice, Murdoch, Marduk, Melodek, interchangeable. There's a rapper called Murdoch. He was down at Brooklyn Zoo. Anyway, I think I'll end it here. I'm gonna end it at 33333. What if you lived on this island? You know? I got this from Divergent. I screenshotted it. Look at this rock. It kind of looks like it was something at one point. Like it could have been like a stomach or something. I don't know. It looks like one of those Horo sandwiches. Sov Sov that means Soviet citizen? What does South Sit mean? Anyway, theorist, earther. So peace to you, man. I'm just trying to figure out what the SOVSCIT means. Solvit? Soviet citizen. I don't know what it means, man. I'm just guessing. Probably a pretty bad guess. Yeah, I thought I fucking fixed this picture right here of Jesus and his gazing blue sword. But yeah, this is gonna be the police are gonna lay these out. These are called Guardians. And it makes me think of how the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians. But these robot cops, they have a in the movie, these drones. It's in the movie that I was watching called Code 8. I advise people to watch it. These Guardians drop from these drones right here. And these motherfuckers will gun you down. And in the movie it says Guardians program launches, robotic officers deployed in Lincoln City. Because of and right here, these same dogs, they exist in real life. China already rolled them out. My bad. I had to go use the potty. There's not anyone in here anyway. So, I guess. Disappointing, man. Usual people haven't been coming through. Or coming up on the panel. I'm starting to lose all, I don't want to say faith, because I never had faith. And it's just mind blowing to me. Oh, people, I don't know. Let me just shut up. Someone has break. They know who they are, and yet I be seeing them in other platforms and shit. But that's cool. They don't have to come here. You know, I ain't mad. It's all gravy in the Navy. But I got shit to do. And peace to everyone in the chat, man, that came through today. Appreciate you all as always, man. And I might go live later and open up the panel. Maybe if I go live later, you know, I'm gonna have an open panel. Maybe in like an hour and a half or 2 hours, I'm gonna have a open panel, no holds bar. Could talk about whatever you want. And yeah, I need like 2 hours, so maybe around 4:20 I'll make it for. I'll even put it up now so there's no excuses. People say I didn't get the warning, because I'm gonna do it right when I get off of here. So peace to everyone, and I will check y'all in a few hours. And I'm out like trout.